Namaskara. Greetings from Niramaya Wellness Retreats. I am Dr. Arun Sudhakar, an Ayurvedic physician at Niramaya Wellness Retreats. Today we will be discussing on the topic the significance of Abhyanga Snana. In Ayurveda, Abhyanga is considered as a daily self-care ritual which is meant to heal the body and mind from the stresses of daily life. So, what is Abhyanga or Abhyanga Snana? Abhyanga is a massage that is done with warm oil. It is a massage done for the entire body from the scalp to the soles of your feet. It is the most popular massage in Ayurveda, which is the traditional system of medicine in India. Abhyanga is believed to help all the systems of the body while increasing the strength and flexibility of muscles and joints. It is also a natural and chemical free way to encourage the youthfulness and improve the quality of skin and hair. Several scientific studies have found that massages has a numerous health benefits, especially when done with oil and in a proper rhythmic manner. A good massage encourages the body to produce more oxytocins. Those are feel good hormones, which is why Abhyanga is believed to be as good for our mind as it is good for our body. So let's discuss what are the benefits of Abhyanga Snana. Abhyanga helps in better circulation of the blood throughout the body. It provides lubrication to the joints and also reduces pain and inflammation. It also encourages the elimination of toxins and impurities from the body. Abhyanga increases strength of bones and muscles. It helps to tone the tissues of the body. Also, it improves the immunity and tolerance. Abhyanga is good for reducing the stiffness in body parts. It also reduces the symptoms of fatigue, especially for feet and calf muscle. Abhyanga increases the sensitivity of our sense organs. Abhyanga enhances the concentration and focus of our mind. It relaxes the mind and promotes better and deeper sleep. It also makes our skin softer, smoother, and reduces wrinkles. Thereby, Abhyanga is also an anti-aging massage. Abhyanga encourages growth of thick and shiny hair. According to Ayurveda, everyone has their own unique personal body constitution, or it is called Prakriti in Ayurveda, involving the five elements and which manifest through our doshas. Thus, doshas or a personal body constitution of a person vary widely from one individual to another. And when we tailor our self-care routine, like Abhyanga, to work in tune with our Prakriti, we reap immense benefits. While undergoing Abhyanga, we should take the doshas also into consideration, along with considering the weather condition. For different Vata, Pitta or Kapha predominant cases, there are certain different recommendations. For example, for a Vata predominant person, the frequency of an Abhyanga massage is recommended to be daily or at least 5 times a week. You can choose the massage oil from sesame oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, ghee in small parts. Vata dosha, the post massage essential oil you can choose from rose oil or methi. For Pitta predominant cases, the frequency of the massage, Abhyanga massage, can be 3 to 4 times a week. The massage oil you can choose from coconut oil, sunflower oil, jojoba oil, and also neem oil in small areas. And the post massage essential oil you can choose from rose or kus. And for Kapha predominant cases, the frequency of Abhyanga can be once or twice a week. That is enough for a Kapha predominant person. And the massage oil you can choose from safflower oil, jojoba oil, olive oil, or corn oil. The post massage essential oil you can choose from henna or myrrh. Some of the basic do's and don'ts for this Abhyanga massage which you should be considering, that I will discuss now. Avoid commercial soaps or hard soaps to wash oil, since it makes your skin too dry. Always opt for a lighter or natural alternative like herbal bathing powder, and wash your feet thoroughly to make sure there is no oil left under your feet. Use separate towels for the abhyanga since they are likely to get stained with the oil. Don'ts. Do not perform abhyanga during menstruation or pregnancy period. Abhyanga massage is also not recommended for an injured body part or a broken or inflamed skin. You shouldn't do massage over wounds. Do not try massage when you are not feeling well, like when you are having some illness, fever, or anything. So please remember all these points which we discussed today while performing Abhyanga so that you can get the best benefits out of it. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.